See, I'll do that. But for next time, I'll just create a Google form so that when we're in the call, I can just drop a link so that those are present. I don't know if that works. Can just sign in from the Google Doc.
Yeah,
From the
yeah,
Google
yeah, yeah. That could work too as well.
All right. Okay, great. So let me just go on with the roll call. First of all, so is Manuel here? Manuel Anaile. Hello, please. Can you just go like on your mic and say presence or up? Okay. So is Abiola Oloko here? Okay. What about Odunayo Ruth?
Present.
Is that Ruth?
Yes, it's Ruth.
Okay, great. All right. What about Oluwafemi Okunato? All right. Semitope?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. What about give me a moment. Yeah, thank you, Mumbot.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get you to type yes or no. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about Douglas Owusu? All right. So yeah. Nana Yao. All right. Maniriho Ndeze. Anyana Faith. Isaac Apia. Weife Yao. Regina.
Present. Here.
Sorry,
Okay,
I
Regina is
was
here.
the one who was doing a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Please,
hello,
I can't
Isaac.
see.
Yeah, Isaac. Yeah, Isaac.
Isaac, just
I'm
here.
present.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Isaac is
Isaac, I'm
present.
present. Yeah.
Yeah, Fitu is also present.
Who
Okay,
else?
so Isaac and
Oluwanifemi is present.
okay, please. Okay, Oluwafemi is present. Let me put that. Oluwafemi is present. Isaac is also present.
Riafi is also present.
Who do you say is present?
Riafi Yao upon Fusu.
Okay, we are Yao. All right, okay. Wisdom, Pawu V, and Ruth Abuzo. All right. Sorry for this inconvenience. Probably, yeah, I'll create a Google form so that it'll be easy for us to just sign in when we come up. I'll just drop the link. And that way we just have everything straight up. All right. So I'll continue with the slide sharing. Hope we can all see my slide. Please, can you all see my slide?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. All right. So,
Your slide went away, Jonathan.
yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Also, I think we need to ask everybody if they can see the slides. I mean, if it's best, it's even best if we can. I mean, open our videos. If we can, it's good. You know, right? Fun.
Are you saying they should open? I didn't understand what you meant.
Well, I'm saying that they should say if they can see the screen. I'm telling Fashion, Isaac, Clever, Obiave. Like, can you guys see the screen? Can you guys see
I
where
can't
research
see.
options?
I can't
You
see.
can't. You can't see it.
Can't.
You can't. Oh, he said he can't.
Alright,
Can
Else
you?
can.
And I can see screen clearly.
I can
Okay,
see it.
Obiave
Okay,
can see.
let me exit and come back. Let me exit and come back. No, we can
Okay,
see
there,
it clearly.
there should be a watch stream, and all you have to do is hit the watch stream, and then you should be able to get access.
Okay, I can see it now.
You are breaking, Jonathan. I think your output, your microphone or something is bad. Is
Play now. Is it better?
a bit.
Wow.
We can
Yeah,
hear you, but it's light to
low.
hear you. Like you're low.
Yeah, it's very, very low. That's the issue.
Is it
It's
any
low.
better now?
Yeah, I think it's better
Yeah,
now.
it's better.
It's
Okay.
better.
Yes. Yeah. And I think
Alright,
everybody
then.
can see this your screen, so yeah, you can go.
All right, great. So, begin with, I would like to welcome everybody to Web3 Research and Analysis. So this is a course for you to become an expert in all things crypto, how to research and understand crypto, how to do, when they say do your own research, invest in crypto. This is the course for you if you want to go into content writing in crypto, if you want to go into blockchain research, if you want to go into say investment research analysis, right? So this is the course for you. So if you're taking this course, you know that you're on the path towards one of the things I've mentioned, right? So just a brief of today. Today is 20th January, Monday, 2025, and yeah, it's a very exciting day in the whole of crypto because President Trump is getting inaugurated, and just have to get that out there because we in crypto we like to um, keep informed of what's currently happening because of course if you don't know what's happening then you won't make good investment decisions, right? So that's out there and we are very happy because we know that he's going to make some um, executive orders that will favor crypto. So just to get that out of the way, um, yeah, what is the objective today? So this is just an introduction to Web3 research course. So here we are just going to have two courses. We are going to take two lessons today. So this one is the introduction, and then we'll move on to the actual course for today. So I would like to move fast because I my understanding is that this class is supposed to be 1 hour. All right, let's understand the objective for this course, and we'll review the curriculum, and then we'll agree on the method of delivery for this course. All right, so along the line, you can stop me and ask a question because I can't see any reactions right now because I'm looking at my slide, so I may not be able to see reactions. So please, I don't know, Hypo, you can help me if there's a reaction or maybe there's a question, just you can just stop me and then just so that I'll carry everybody along, right? Because I don't know, there's no way for me to do the two at the same time, view the slides and also see the the reaction from the video call, right? So it's kind of different from Google Meet. So yeah, so that said, the course information, the course title is Web3 Research and Analysis. The course description, you're getting introduced to blockchain inquiry and research, learn to navigate complex concepts like April, right? So the level is beginner level, and what we need you to come here with is curiosity, listening, and reading skills, right? And yeah, if you have these three things, you excel in this course. If you're curious, if you're a listener, if you read, right, you excel in this course. And yeah, certainly I should have also added their writing too. Yeah. So the target audience are Africans and Asians, right? I don't know if there are people from other places that are not included. I'm sorry if you're not included, but I'll add that once we get to know. Right. So the credit hours is 16 hours, the entire course, right? So there are like 16 lessons. Each lesson should take an hour. Right. The instructor is myself, Jonathan Esokao, aka CoinStarTrap. Contact information, that's my email in case you want to. I will share this slide. I'll drop this slide on the and the comment section later. So that is, I'll drop the slide and also the link. If when you get the slide, you see the link. Okay, you can see my screen. So this is the link to the course curriculum. So everyone should have it. This is the student's copy. Like, so you have this, you go through it and know the courses that are coming up, the lessons that are coming up week by week, right? So yeah, so our core goal and objective for this course is to take you from zero. So if you know nothing about crypto, you know nothing about blockchain, you're just hearing this for the first time, welcome. I'm going to hold your hands through this course, and by the time we're done, trust me, you'll be Spartan and like, you know, you'll be whizzing crypto. Like you'll be a pro. You'll be good in analysis. You'll be good in understanding complex concepts. You'll be good in catching trends early, because you know, when normies are coming in, normies in crypto is just new people coming into crypto, right? When they're coming in, they just, oh, something is going green and everybody just jumping on it, and next thing the rock pool, right? But once you've gone through this course, you understand all this, you know, the techniques, the hidden tricks to understand what's really happening and know where to put your money in case you're investing, right? The learning objectives are students should understand the history and the invention of blockchain. Students should study how to study white paper, you know, dissect it and get information from it, confidently participate in social discussions on Twitter, on LinkedIn, Medium, right? There's one now that is really hot right now. It's Farcaster. You know, yeah, like there's a lot in this course. Farcaster is an awesome place. Okay, become equipped with the skills to research and understand any emerging blockchain concept. Like literally, you know, every time new concept is emerging in crypto. Right now, we are, you know, you might have heard of AI agents. If you are in the space a bit, you might have. So like when this new trends sweeping, you know, this course, like having this background will make it very easy for you to understand it, right? Because you want to, once your foundation is set, it's very easy to just splash paint and look cool, right? So confidence in applying for Web3 research jobs, investment roles in crypto journalism, etc. So yeah, how this course will run. So this is how I picture this course will run. There may be some tweaks, but we should be able to get that within this week to understand, okay, this mode really works well, but I feel this is what I came up with, how we should run. So all learners are priority one on day one, right? I'll talk more on that later, what I mean by priority one on day one. So today everybody is priority one. What I mean by that is, you know, when Moonboy mentioned that we have students that, you know, will pay more attention to it because of the way they participated, right? So now everybody participating right now, you're priority one. That means we are paying attention to all of you, right? So we'll meet for 1 hour 3 times a week, and there will always be an assignment due after each class. All students must it's a must because like you can't be doing research and you're not on Twitter, right? Like, so where are you getting your research from? You have to have a Twitter account and a LinkedIn or Medium account, so you can swap between LinkedIn and Medium. Though I would say, hey, it's good to have a LinkedIn account because trust me, there are a lot of geeks on LinkedIn too, right? So Twitter, LinkedIn, or Medium, right? But it would be good if you can have LinkedIn and Medium. But if you can only have one of LinkedIn or Medium, then yeah, choose whichever one you prefer. But it's compulsory you have a Twitter account because, like, you know, that's where assignments will be submitted. So assignments will be submitted via your LinkedIn or Medium account with a link to a Twitter thread. So when you do an assignment, you post it on Medium like a post, right? So that's what this course is going to teach you, how to be confident coming out there. Because trust me, if I just dish out all this content to you and you don't find a way to show up like on social media, like it's going to be hard for you after the course, because after the course, how do you prove your work? Proof of work. Who is your proof of work, right? In crypto, proof of work is very important, right? So for you to prove your work, yeah, it's going to be a bit, you know, stressful and difficult doing the assignments and posting there. But trust me, you'll be glad you did it by the time, you know, say 4 weeks or 8 weeks down the line, and you see that you've made a lot of content online and you have credibility when you're applying for jobs, right? So with a reference, so when you post your assignments on LinkedIn or Medium, and then you post a thread. You just post whatever tweets about. You can just tweet about it. If you decide to make a thread, that's awesome, right? Because crypto companies like these things, right? So with a reference, just a shout out to Helicode, and because maybe I'll just design some kind of basic template for just posting your assignment so that you can just always edit it, and then it will just have a basic shout out to Helicode and Constatra on Twitter, right? Then the next is the best 3 works will be made and featured on Helicode Medium page. I don't know if Helicode has a Medium page now, but if they don't, we'll definitely create one. It's not a difficult thing to create, right? So the best works will be posted there. So whatever assignment that we have to do, when I review them, the best 3 works, I'll measure them together based on like the best work. So if there are 3 works, 1, 2, 3, like that's graded 1, 2, 3. So when I put it, when I'm refreshing the authors, I'll put in that, okay, so the lead author, and then supporting authors, right? First and second. Yeah, so that's it. This will also boost like your credibility when you're looking for a job. You're like, hey, so let's see. Tell them, my work have been published on Helicode Medium page, and that's awesome. Like missing 3 assignments. Now this is like the big rule I'm on here. That's like I just want us to keep to. Missing 3 assignments in a row will lead to being moved from priority 1 to priority 2. So that's why I said I will talk about that later. This is it. So priority 1 people are the ones that, hey, when the jobs out there, those are the ones we are pushing to the companies, right? And priority 2, probably they may need extra training. They may just need to prove yourself a little bit more, maybe after the course or at the end of the course. But honestly, you shouldn't be missing assignments, because like if you really came in for this and you paid the amount for this course, then just get all the value. You'll be happy you did, because this year, like it's going to be crazy what is going to happen from now till even 2026, because it's amazing the administration that is currently at the helms of affairs in the US, where crypto could actually live or die. They are very favorable to crypto, so this is just the perfect time, right? So yeah. So the slide, I don't know, you can't see the slide is near, though when I share it, you always see it has this coding m#x.y plus Web3 research analysis Helicode, etc. So that M there is just the module. So each module, we're supposed to complete a module in a week, right? So there are about 7 modules here. Each module has 3 lessons, right? So M is for the module, #x is the module number, Y is lesson number. So therefore, if you have when I have like m#1.1, it means this is just the slide for module 1, lesson 1, right? Yeah, thank you. So this is just the basic intro of what we are doing. So we are moving straight up to the first lesson in the Web3 course. Can you see this slide now? Can you see this current slide?
No.
Okay, that means I will need to.
Yeah, we can.
Jonathan, there's something wrong with your mic.
You probably using headphones or something.
Yeah, I think maybe headphones. It was it's a mouthpiece. That's why. You can just adjust it. It's very muffled. It's very muffled.
Is it better?
Yes. If you speak up just a little bit louder or somewhere, increase the volume.
All right. So is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just putting it directly at my mouth so that I'll be much more clear. So module 1, introduction to Web3. So in this module, module 1 just means week 1, and in this week we're going to have 3 lessons. The first lesson will be what is Web3. The second lesson will be on the philosophy of decentralization. The third lesson will be on the key components of Web3. Right. So today we are talking about Web3. What is Web3? What is Web3? Does anyone have idea on what Web3 is? So that this is not just be a one-sided class. We just at least let me know what the level of understanding is with the audience.
Guys, remember you're getting monitored for participation, so it would be great if you guys could try to just participate with the instructor.
Well, everyone, this is Nifemi, Oluwanifemi. So, from my understanding, I believe it's a form of, I mean, unlike Web 2, which is for internet communication between the network of computers and all that. Web 3 is more like communication within the network of computers, but through the web chain, such as networks like Solana, Ethereum, blockchain, what do you call it, Bitcoin, and other examples like that. So it's more used for transferring, making transaction exchanges, sending money, doing all sorts. So that's just my basic understanding of what Web3 is. So it's more like a decentralized from where the networks are not controlled by anyone.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you very much. Like you really showed. I like the fact that you spoke up. Right. That's how we learn. Thank you very much. You really have good ideas about. At least you understand certain things about the network, and yeah. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much, Isaac. Thank you so much for sharing. Right. So if anyone else has something to say, I like the fact that you pointed out, a system of networks, even though you mixed it up between um Web 2 and Web 3, right? But you did get that aspect, right? Is read only. You got that part for Web 2, Web 1. I mean, say. Does anyone have anything to add? To say?
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah. My name is Temi Tokbe.
Nice to meet you.
What I think. Can you hear me?
Maybe if one of you guys can mute. I think Jonathan's can mute. It might be easier.
Okay, should I go on?
Yes, it's better to hear you now.
All right. So what I think I know about Web3 is its emphasis on, can I use the phrase data protection? So yeah,
Sure.
can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like the whole idea of decentralization, like the simple meaning of decentralization is, trying to minimize how, just let me use the word minimize accessibility, yeah, to like the general public or something. So Web3, I feel, is involving more of like it puts more priority on its users or the owners of whatever, let's use the word network now because it involves network. So it's like you being more secure, you being more safe, you being like like just like a user-centric environment that's focused on the users of the platform more than maybe I don't know, I don't want to start creating conspiracy theories or whatnot, but then like protection from just data protection, maybe government, whatever, hackers and whatnot, just a more safe and more user focused platform. That's what I feel Web3 is all about.
Jonathan, you're on mute.
It's okay. Thank you very much. That was a very good contribution. I like the fact that you mentioned networks for Web 3 and then minimize accessibility for Web 2, right? Well, that's cool. So at this point, I'll just go on to present what I have, right? All right. So yeah, what is Web 3? right? So, but before then, a definition of Web3, right? It's a coalition of different things, right, in the space. So as the space evolved, like Web3 was not the intention when Bitcoin was founded, right? So Bitcoin, the whole idea for Bitcoin was to solve a crisis that was happening then, right, in late um, late 90s and early 2000s. Although Bitcoin was launched in 2008, the basis, that is the research work for Bitcoin, had already been going on since the late 90s, right? Where it just became ripe at that point, and Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever that group of people, I think is a group because it's just too intelligent. It's just an engineering miracle. It can't be one person that did that, right? So yeah, and they come up with that solution. So that solution was a peer-to-peer system whereby, hey, Isaac, you are over there. Temitope, you're over there in Lagos, Isaac, or Isaac, perhaps you are in another country, not even in Nigeria, an African country. How can we interact, make business without needing an intermediary? Normally, there's always an intermediary. Always. If you go to the market, if you want to buy something, the person you're buying that product from is not the person that produced it, right? So you want to get toothpaste. You're buying it from a retailer. That retailer did not produce the toothpaste. The retailer bought it probably from a middleman, not even the company that produces it. So there are always middlemen with all our interactions, right? So that's begs, on a grand scale, when it comes to um, government control and money, then it has a dark side because in a place where there always has to be central point of interaction where everybody must go through, then there's bound to be some level of control that will be given to whoever is in charge or whoever controls that medium, that middle. So that's that idea. It was the idea that Bitcoin solved, the the removal of the middleman, right? So when the Bitcoin white paper came out, Satoshi praised the fact that, hey, we have discovered a way that we can actually, make transactions peer to peer, from people to people, without needing trust, without needing a third party. Like that was the revolution. It was a big puzzle, right? Yeah, I read economics, and one I Milton Friedman, right, early on, like he actually,
Jonathan, you're muffled. You're muffled. Jonathan, slow down. Slow down. You're muffled. Can you fix your mic, please? Your mic is messed up again. If you could just fix it real quick.
Is it any better now?
It's much better now. Yes. So
I'm
go
very
back
sorry
like about a paragraph or two.
So where should I go back to?
You were talking about, I believe, Satoshi or something like this. Or you were talking about something like this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking about why the whole idea, came. I said the idea of Web3 wasn't the goal when the whole thing started with Bitcoin, right? The idea was to get a system of communication, of interaction, of doing business that does not require a central authority. That was the solution that Satoshi solved in the Bitcoin white paper when it was released and published in 2008. So when I say white paper, well, we'll get to know that. But a white paper is a document. It's just a document that says, that tells what a product is. So let's relate it to the traditional term. A white paper would just be similar to your course curriculum. So if you went to a university or secondary school and gave a course outline, right, detailing what, say you're taking this course, this is everything about this course, what we are going to touch. That's what a white paper is. A white paper just shows you everything that a protocol is built for, right? It goes into the deep technicalities. That's why it's called a white paper. It discusses technical terms, right? So yeah, so when he published that white paper, he talked about that. So I just mentioned that just to let you know that Web3 was not the initial intention. So So Web3 came out. It was Gavin Woods that coined the term Web3. That was probably, I can't remember, I think 2017 that he coined the word Web3. But that was the dream that this technology promised. By this time, Ethereum had already been founded, and then there was all these innovations around NFTs, DeFi, metaverse, and wow, like people started dreaming of a world where like there is no censorship, there is no central control, and everything is just owned by the people. Like the people decide how it functions and it flows like that. Like you you don't need. Okay, so also the concept of DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations, also came out around this time. Where we don't need central government, everybody that participates in the network gets to decide how the network works. So welcome to our journey into the world of Web3. So yeah, let's just take a brief history of what is how this whole journey started. Right? Let's look at Web 1. So definition of Web3. Web3 is also known as Web 3.0. It represents the next phase of the internet. At its core, Web3 is about decentralization, meaning that control of data and services is distributed among users rather than being by big tech. So what am I saying here? So what that statement just means is that we that participate in the network, and this will get practical as we progress in the course, right? Because now it's all theory now, but it will get practical very soon, right? So when I say that we all participate, I mean that anybody. So the question is, how does a non-entity, right? How does a non-entity, when I say non-entity, someone that has nothing except probably his skills, how does that person compete in the current world today? Maybe it's a capitalist nation, maybe it's a socialist nation. How does one that has no leverage, that has no privilege, participate or contribute? If it's a capitalist nation, then you must have capital. You have to have capital. If you don't have capital, you have to have assets, some asset that has value, right? If you don't have that, then you have to really have some knowledge, like a very credible amount of knowledge to give out for like some kind of service to get some income. But when they say that it gives access to everyone, it means that there's no discrimination. There's no discrimination on the Web3 space, in the sense that, as say when you finish this course and you've gotten the knowledge now, you can actually go and participate in any DAO. Like a DAO now, a decentralized autonomous organization, right? Ethereum has its own DAO, its governance DAO. The layer 2 solutions on Ethereum, Optimism, um, ZK Sync, all of them, they have their their own governance body, right? So you can easily, without any barrier, join that governance body. Let me say if they make an IEP, EIP or whatever, if it is depending on the project, if it's Optimism, say OIP, that is Optimism Improvement Proposal. So just an IP, an improvement proposal. So anybody can make an improvement proposal. Okay, we want Optimism to, on a yearly basis, do a giveaway, in quotes, airdrops, right? Wants Optimism to give airdrops to these certain people that have contributed to the network in the past 1 year, right? And then everybody will vote on it, right? And who are the people voting? You. If you just hold one Optimism, you can vote. That's how it gives access to everybody. So you can decide to write something. Oh, well, I think anybody can write a proposal. I can decide to write a proposal. I think I should be paid so amount for doing this. And then the community will look at it and be like, well, your work, yeah, it was valuable, but at scale, like it wasn't that scalable, right? So no, we're not sending the money to you, because of course there's always money on Optimism from fees, right? These blockchains are generating fees. How do they generate fees? So we'll get to that anyways. Let me not jump into other courses, other lessons that are not for this one now. But the key features of Web3, right? Decentralized, ownership, and transparency. So when I say it is decentralized, what does decentralization means? Facebook, where is your data? If you're on Facebook, where is your data being stored? If you send your pictures, or some of us have 1,000 being stored, they are not on your laptop. How do you know they're not on your laptop? Turn on your laptop without internet service. and you see that you can't access those pictures on Facebook. Why? Because they are not in your laptop. They are on a server in Facebook's server in US or in other countries where they have built server. It's like a massive, infrastructure that has a lot of graphics cards and drives. When I say like drives, petabytes, um, millions of terabytes of data storage just available there with complete electricity, well stacked and arranged for ventilation. Because of course, if you have all those computers on 247, it will generate a lot of heat. Just imagine the heat that your computer generates. Then imagine a room of not just the computer, just the motherboard of the computer, the part that has the memory, that is the RAM part, and just times your 1 terabyte by 1 million, whatever that figure is. Just imagine a whole facility that hosts this with AC is turning on, so light is there 247. The AC is keeping the place cool, the water cooling system is keeping all the drivers cool, so that you can store those data and access it very easily. That is a central server. Now, the danger of that central server is this. Now, all your pictures they're safe on Facebook, because Facebook has, they have deployed a lot of capital to ensure that these their servers are kept in safe locations and they are well monitored, right? So if there's an attack on that their server, then trust me, you won't be able to access Facebook for a long time until they resolve it. There is an attack, a physical attack, maybe somehow some people got access and they vandalized everything all over the world. You won't have access to Facebook, your pictures on Facebook. Why? Because that single server was attacked. But in a decentralized world, the servers are distributed. So every computer that interacts now, if you buy, let me say you go on Bybit and buy Ethereum, you have not participated in the network a server yet. You have just participated, you have just made a transaction on Bybit. Now Bybit, of course, will have their own nodes, right? And now Bybit is the one participating in that server. They're the ones now, relaying that responsibility for you being the node. So there's this idea in in the world of crypto. The crypto people don't like centralized exchange, of course. Right? The ethos of Bitcoin is decentralization. And so what do we need centralized exchange for? But of course, these are the early stages. We still need centralized exchanges. Why? Because of fiat. We still need fiat currencies. Bitcoin is not yet the legal tender of the world yet. Definitely to get there, like in El Salvador, where if you have Bitcoin, you don't need to change it. Like now, if you have Bitcoin in Nigeria, if you want to buy something in the market, except for very, very few and numbered places, you can't go to the market and give somebody Bitcoin. You can't even hold Bitcoin in your hand, or you can't take your phone and say, "Hey, you know what? Let me pay you in Bitcoin." Well, what are you talking about? Give me Naira. Give me SEDI or whatever currency that you use, right? So that is why we still need centralized exchanges. But moving on, the idea of blockchain is decentralization. And please remember that will help you and guide you in your research when you're going forward. Because when you see a project that is highly centralized, that in the ethos of cryptocurrency, that may not be a good investment. Most likely not a good investment if you're investing in cryptocurrency, right? So one red flag, if the blockchain is not decentralized, how do you know if it's not decentralized? You do your research, check out the nodes. We'll get to do that later on. But then ownership, another key feature of Web3 is ownership, right? So what do we mean by this ownership? Like, wait, what are you talking about? I own my pictures on Facebook. No, you don't own your pictures on Facebook. Facebook owns your pictures on Facebook. How do I know Facebook? If okay, if you doubt it, just go on Google and type your name. You don't like probably if you have a Facebook or LinkedIn account or something, the picture pops up and that is you there. And they have it, they have those pictures and they have matched it to your face. So if you do anything in the world and they picture you, that's why you see them. They have this massive algorithm. And if you watch all those movies, Matrix or whatever, they just wear this spec and then they see a person and then they can like this guy is just coming from Africa. how can their system know that, probably even sneaked in illegally? How can this system now know this guy's name? Well, the camera on the eyeglass just captured the person's face, sent it to the databases that they have, probably all the whole Facebook, Google, whatever you have interacted with, and sent your picture there. So you don't own it. You don't know where are your pictures, by the way, if they're on Facebook. Where do they go? Do you know what they're using it, like when you sleep? What are your pictures doing? Pictures are in a massive database being used, to train algorithms, right? Yes, those have brought benefits to the world right now, in terms of AI. But as we move further, there is a danger, right? The initial free part, the freedom of everything, everything was so free. Google, YouTube, everything was free, and we got all these assets. But now, as this technology advanced, this is the danger. With the advancements in AI, now earlier in 2000s, they couldn't have been able to do this, manipulate people at a massive scale. But now, trust me, if this decentralization hadn't broken out, the massive rate of manipulation of at a global scale. In fact, they succeeded in doing it. COVID-19. Well, I don't want to um on what they call it again, conspiracy theory, but of course, the fact that at at just at one go they were able to shut down the whole world, that is the kind of control that and you can't say no. If Twitter says you are not, or if, let me say, if Facebook says nobody is having conversation about this or against this, you can't go against this as of that time, right? So everything, they have total control. That is what they call ownership. You don't own your data. As far as digital, you don't own it currently as the internet is. So, but the dream of Web3 is that everybody will own their data. And how would that be possible? Because the servers are decentralized. When I say the servers are decentralized, your phone, your laptop can be a server, right? And just those little bit by bit scattered across, and the network protecting it. Why? Because the whole network will have to agree for one person's data to be used for something else or whatever, right? You get. So yeah, so I can already picture a lot of, so why we're having this call, just be picturing kind of technologies that can be built. I can already picture a kind of technology that will be built, in still in the Web3 space, that will, help us to actually choose to say, okay, fine, I want to sell my data for this particular mission. Maybe there is a research going on. Okay, fine, you can take my data for some kind of reward, right? Right now, Web3 is not there, but that is the promise. Ownership, right? Yeah. Then the third part, transparency. This one is already at play already. Some people used to say that, well, yeah, so let's just use Nigeria now. There's a misconception about crypto. They say that crypto is secretive. No, it's not. It's just that probably your government have not put in time to they understand the parameters. Yes, there is privacy. That is true, but know that there is also transparency. So if someone should go and use crypto for dubious means, they can still trace the person. Okay, you scam somebody of crypto, and then you want to cash it now. You use an exchange. They have very cool, very strong forensics, analysis, and the rest of them that can trace because everything is on the blockchain. Like when I say blockchain, the blockchain is just a transparent ledger. It's just like if you know what, let me say, buying and selling. Say you are buying and selling things, and you're just writing it down. Okay, I bought 10 bags of rice, and now it's remaining 5 bags because I sold 5, and then I sold 5. I sold it one to this, one to B, one to C, one to D. You just put all those records, and then you know your customer, everything. That is what the blockchain is. It's just a ledger that keeps all these transactions. But the only difference is that every update to that ledger is distributed across the network. So everybody in the network gets to see it immediately as it's happening, so that no one person can change what the transaction was. So that's what the blockchain gives you. So that's why everything is transparent. So Bitcoin is not some kind of coin that you can, in fact, that you can use and then scam people and then go free, right? 90 as of now, 80% of people that that hacked in centralized exchanges. Quotes. Remember, I said centralized exchange because the blockchain, but the blockchain when built well, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the top of the blockchains, when built well, cannot be hacked. You cannot hack it. You need a 51% majority to hack it, which is not possible. How do you get 51% of the nodes on blockchain on Bitcoin. You have to go across the whole world and convince everybody that has a node they should back you. And why would they want to do that? So it's absurd. So it's like it's impossible. Right? So but centralized exchanges can be hacked, and people have hacked them before. 2014, Bitfinex hack. Mythgog hack that they took over 100 and something thousand Bitcoin, worth over $4 billion that at that time, right? And then, but yet they still caught the people. How many years later? Over like 13 years later, they caught them. They caught them and they retrieved the Bitcoins. Why? Because if it were money, if it were cash, trust me, the cash, you can't see the cash again. But we're able to trace it. Why? Because everything is transparently done on a blockchain, on a ledger, although it is done in privacy, that is autonomously. So when you have an address, a wallet address, the wallet address does not say your name, or your wallet address, your interaction with your wallet address. People have developed very sophisticated tools that they can use and know all the interactions that your wallet address have done and be able to trace, okay, maybe this wallet address is from Nigeria. Okay, can we really trace it down and know which states? Can we trace it down further to know, like that? That's how it works. So it's a very strenuous process, but it's getting improved. That's why you shouldn't consider using, crypto for strange things, because trust me, it's not as secret as we think. It's transparent. It's only private. It's private, but it's transparent. It's private in the sense that it doesn't broadcast your name, so you can do whatever. Your government doesn't know what you're doing, but it's not secretive, right? Because on the blockchain there. So yeah, let's take a look at the history of this Web 1 to Web 3, right? So Web 1, we call it the static web. This was between 1990s and 2000. A typical one is Yahoo. I was supposed to put a picture of that so that you will just see it. You see the Yahoo page at time. This was probably 1990s, 2000. All you could just do in that page is to just go there and read. They call it the read only. Read only. Take note. Read only. Why was it called the read only? Because you could basically do nothing but read. It was like a newspaper. It's just a newspaper. It's an online newspaper. In fact, that's what all internet was. It was a newspaper. On a newspaper, what can you do? Can you change the content there? No, you can cancel it, and you can cancel something on a newspaper and write it, but it doesn't affect another person's newspaper, right? So that's how it was. It was just there. You can't do anything. You can't add or subtract. Only the company that owns that website can add content to it. That's it. That was the Web 1, Web 1.0. Static web, read only, so you can see the features here. That's its online brochure, yeah. So that was Web 1.0. Web 2.0, this was interactive web. Between 2000s and of course to present time, we're still in the Web 2.0 massively. And this was bettered by the likes of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like in those days. So what does Web 2 offer you? We call it the read and write only. Read and write only. Read and write. Please note that difference. Read and write only. Right. So here, like Facebook, you could create an account and actually you could create a blog and start dishing out content. You could edit your content and all of that. So you have some kind of control to what you post on the internet. Not just that, if you don't need to understand, the science and the computer engineering behind the internet to own a blog or a website or a Facebook account. You just need to go there and sign in and follow easy processes. That was the birth of this no code kind of internet presence, right? But then you have to be a tech to be on the internet. But now they simplified it. But the danger of this is that Facebook was free, right? Not dangerous, very good. YouTube was free, not dangerous, very good. We all benefited from YouTube. We have all benefited from Facebook, from name it, whatever website that is free that gives you value, you have benefited from it. But the question is it all benefit? So there is no free lunch even in Freetown, right? Economists do say that there is no free lunch even in Freetown. So why they were giving us all these things for free, we're also getting massive returns. And what is that? It's advertisements. Like advertisements moved from paper, newspaper, and magazines to online. This was in fact 2000 to the present was the birth of commercials. Like it was the birth of commercials, like on the internet, right? It went well and it worked. It worked perfectly because an ad that was posted on Facebook gets more views and more, interaction, more funneling to customer than any other kind of post, a billboard or whatever. So it's better to even sell your ads on Facebook, to put an ad on Facebook about your company. You'll get wider audience and you get customers faster, right? So these companies were raking in billions on a weekly, monthly basis just by you viewing their content. So that's why the popular saying, if you're not paying for a product, then you are the product, right? So have you these platforms that want to advertise to Facebook on Instagram, they're paying Instagram, Facebook per view. So if you get 1,000 view, they're paying Facebook certain amount of dollars, right? So, but be like, they provided a service and everything, but at this point now is at a rate that is exponential, right? Now multiply that by AI, like the massive improvement that AI will do for this, and then everybody just at disadvantage, and only Facebook and the likes of Facebook gets all the benefits. But that is changing because of Web3, right? So yeah, so Web2 there was centralized control of your data, which is what I've already explained already. But that is shifting in Web3. Let's proceed. Yeah, so Web3, it's the decentralized web, and it's still emerging. It's not yet, we are not yet completely there, right? To picture the complete Web3, where we are fully in the Web3 space, it will just be like being in a completely different world. Like, in that world, there are no banks. Like, literally, there are no physical banks. But everybody operates on their phone. Their bank is their phone. And then also, that phone gives them access to loans. And these loans, and like, you don't really need, heavy collaterals, very simple collateral, and you get a loan. But everybody have equal access to it. Like, right now, of course, the access are not equal to get loans. But on this kind of platform, in this world, in the Web3 world, everybody have access to everything, right? Your pictures are like NFTs. They are stored and only you have the address. So yes, somebody can string grab it, but everybody in the network will know that that is not that person does not own that picture. That person was not the person that took the picture. So the artist or whoever created the picture will always have credit because his address will be attached to it forever. This world is a world of complete total ownership. If you have a car, your car is also um um has an address that is stored on the blockchain. So you can sell it. You're selling your car, you're selling the address, the next person gets it. Your car can, with the current world now, with what Tesla is doing, autonomous driving cars, your car can go around, make money for you, like a taxi, and come back. And then your money is just entering your wallet and nobody can hack it, because like it's a beautiful world where people really own what they do, right? So creators, the creator economy. So you create something and you own a huge part of it. Now also banks enjoy all the fees. I don't know if you're Nigerian. Once in a while, they bill us without telling us what they're paying us for. Sorry for using the slang, but they bill us without telling us what they're billing. So you just say deduction 100 naira. I'm like,
The sound is bad again.
Jonathan, you need to fix your mic again. It's muffled. Go back, fix the mic, and then start again when you're talking about banks billing.
is it better now?
Yes, it's better now. You can go now. Talk about the banks billing, and then it cut off.
Okay. So I was saying that the banks, right? The bank can just bill you. Like, you could just see 100 naira bill on your, bank accounts, bank alert. Like, what am I being billed for? But there is no explanation, just one da word, and then like, okay, but you can't just start paying 500 and 1,000, 2,000 to go to the bank to go and complain that they deducted 100 naira from you. But imagine them deducting 100 naira from 1 million of your customers in one day. have made 100 million naira in just one day easily. But in Web3, that's not so. Like right now, oh my God, Web3 is awesome. Like you need to get in the space. So you can like those fees that bank get when you make transactions, like when you go to the POS, you make a payment, they charge you. Both the person that is doing the POS charges you, and the company that is related to the POS charges you also. But in the Web3 space, yeah, there are fees. The fees are very, very minimal, very, very minimal. And you can participate in earning those fees. That's the beauty of this technology. That's why everybody should be in this space. That's why everybody should be like right now. I'm providing liquidity for um an AMM. So an AMM is just an automated market maker. It's a decentralized exchange, not a centralized exchange, but it's a centralized exchange. Get into, and I'm glad.
Jonathan, can you say that last two sentences? You muffled again, but you're back on. You're back on though. I can hear you.
Okay, great. I said it's a beautiful space, and I like everybody. I urge everybody that are present right now to continue in this field because the opportunities are incredible. The opportunities are incredible. Like once you understand how this space works, and once you understand how this space works, you will make money in this space. It will not come overnight. Definitely, some people are lucky they got rich quick in crypto. Why? Of course, if you are riding a fast horse, it doesn't matter whether you are smart or you're dumb, you will get there faster than the one that is riding a slow horse, right? So if people decide, okay, let's race, someone uses a car, another person uses a horse, another person uses probably a bull, the person with the car will get there faster just because he's in a car, even though if he's not the one driving, if he doesn't know the road to the place, maybe he just happened to enter the car at the right time and the car zoomed off and he won. So yes, people can get rich quick in crypto, but it is not always the case, right? So of course, in a crypto boom, right, many people, anybody, I used to say that in quotes, stupid people will make money in crypto in bull runs, right? But they mostly lose the money because they don't understand what they're doing, right? So they make thousands and then they lose it. But the difference is that by the time you're done with this course, you'll be smart enough to know when to leave the market because it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And understanding this cycle will help you know, oh, this is the time to get in and this is the time to get out because trust me, the market is crazy. It will take you up, but if you don't know what you're doing, it will take you down with it like as well, right? But it is always trending upwards. But trust me, um, market crash can be a really painful and very slow process. So yeah, that is it about the introduction to web from web 1 to web 3. Please, if there is any question, just let me know.
Yeah, sorry, I want to ask a question.
All right.
All right, first of all, I want to appreciate your time for this lecture. It's extremely well explanatory and it's actually you just present it very attractive. But my question on the whole idea of decentralization, I'm like a bit
Can
worried,
you tell me
right?
your name, please? Your name
Okay,
first.
okay,
Your
my
name
name
first.
is Timmy Tokwe.
All right, tell me talking.
So sorry. Um, like the whole idea of decentralizing it was to like protect the data, or protect the user's data basically. But now it's looking like we are now still having you know information with multiple users. It looks somehow like an over centralization. The only thing I can say, okay, not one person is having control anymore, but then the access is like a lot of people are having access. Like using the example of when you said if they want to hack Bitcoin now, they have to like try and get up to 51% of its users to. And I'm like that number is larger now. So I'm trying to wrap my head around that. I'm not really getting the science behind the benefit of that. I don't know if you get my question though.
Okay. I get your question. So you are saying that if Bitcoin will require 51% of the people to, hack the system, right? Like, so why go for decentralization? So is that the question?
Yeah, something like that. Like you have higher number of people now having access, or the so-called privacy thing has gone down.
Okay, cool. So I get it now. So the dilemma you're having is that how come you're saying that it doesn't have privacy, and then you're saying it cannot be hacked, and you're saying that it is decentralized, right? So these three
Yes.
concepts, like, okay, I get. So let me just spread them out, and so let's first of all handle the privacy, decentralization, and then answer the main question, like, is it even secure at all? Like, how can you say it's secure? When we say privacy, the privacy that you have, it's secure. It's like it's guaranteed on the blockchain. When I say that, I mean that when you interact with any protocol on the blockchain, the email address, there is no email address that links you. It's just a wallet address. And a wallet address has over like 100, 500, 1,000 letters and alphabet and gibberish, just gibberish terms. Like, it's not a word, it's just a mumble and bumble of different alphabet, words, numbers, that to form a wallet address. That does not give anybody a trace to any identity. That is why it maintains your privacy. So you can go and interact on if you have only been interacting on decentralized exchange, then it will be almost very difficult, like almost impossible for them to trace who this person is. But once you have interacted with a centralized exchange, because of course, if you're signing into a centralized exchange, you must do KYC, know your customer, where you do your face verification and all that. And then those people have data of, because when you transfer from a decentralized wallet, from a wallet to like your centralized exchange, that centralized exchange keeps the information of the wallet that made the transfer to it. So you can now say, oh wow, this is Temitope's wallet, because for this money to come from this wallet to this thing consistently every week, you're sending in $100 to your Bybit. Bybit will be like, this must be Temito. In fact, Bybit will even ask you, should we put this wallet address and as no need for verification? Like that means this wallet address is yours. So so that way, yeah, they can actually and say, okay, this wallet address belongs to this person. Does that make it insecure? No, no. As long as you're doing like legal things, you're doing like you're being just starting the path, being curious and doing your things, not scamming anybody. You are safe. You don't have any problem. Nobody is going to blow your cover. Like and Bybit is not going to come out and they understand the ethos. They won't come out and, although we prefer a world where everything is now decentralized, but we're getting there. But Bybit will not come out and say, hey, this wallet belongs to Temitope and he has this amount and this amount. No, no, no. They will never do that. They can't do that. It's against the ethos of this particular industry. They can't even, when government asks them that, they can't even do that. It's against the ethos, right? They can only participate in helping to, uncover who criminals are, because criminals, when they want to cash out, in the end, they will still need some kind of centralized exchange, or they may just go and, to a physical location and transfer the Bitcoin to someone wallet address, and then the person will give them raw cash. But it's usually hard because for raw cash, because if you want to, if someone scammed 100, they usually scam in millions. So the millions are not always available in cash, and it's also risky too. They can plan it and catch the person. But the point is this: as long as you are doing legit things, you have no worry. So that is the privacy part. Your information is private on the blockchain, even if you interact with centralized exchange, except you are doing something criminal. But then on the other side, how is it now decentralized and safe, right? So when I say it is decentralized, these nodes, let me say now, I own a node. I also participate in, like, say, Solana as a validator. A validator. So we'll get to all those terms, but just understand that having a node is like being a server in the network. So whereby Facebook has their massive server that they spend billions of dollars on a monthly basis to keep it safe and secure. When you join a network, when I say network now, I mean like Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin as a server. When I say server, I mean you're a node. A node in that server now. That means you have all the information all the interactions that have happened on that network. You have it downloaded on your own system, right? And it's downloaded on every other network that is a node. Every other node that is participating in that network. Let's call that network now Solana, right? So I'm a node in Solana and I'm participating there, so I have access to all the data. Now that data does not tell me who and who is interacting. All I see is wallet address. I can't trace it to anybody. I can't trace it, like it's not traceable to anybody. The only thing I can say that, oh, this wallet address has 100 bitcoins and it has just transferred 2 bitcoin to this other wallet address. You don't know who they are. It may be your neighbor next door. You don't even know. So that is it is decentralized, but it is private. But the efforts that have been made is to secure the network in terms of trying to, you know, trying to find a system to really catch, bad actors. That was why they really had to go far to develop systems and analytics to, okay, how can we trace this wallet address and know who owns it? It's a very tedious process to crack who owns one wallet address. Of course, you're not breaking into the person's account or anything. No, they're just trying to trace who owns it based on the interactions that the person have interacted. So this wallet address has 100 Bitcoin, and that 100 Bitcoin was probably maybe stolen, or the person that actually owned it complains that his 100 Bitcoin was stolen. And then they trace it from his wallet and they start tracing all the interaction that wallet has done until they finally go to Bybit. Oh, the person sent the 100 BTC to Bybit. And then, of course, those through their whatever agencies, they will reach out to Bybit. Hey, we have this person that has complained and da 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 da. So can you please tell us, based on whatever rules, they will have their rules that are guiding them there to know, okay, fine, does this breach our privacy agreement? If it doesn't breach and they know that, oh, this is actually criminal activity, and yeah, they have the legal duty to actually say, bring out the name of that person, and they're not publishing it to the network, they're just taking it to the authorities, right? So that is the way. But from that wallet address to getting to the name of the person may take 5 years. That's why it took a lot of time. But even though eventually the person will get the justice he deserves, but it may take a very long time, right? That's why you need to be, alert about your own security on the blockchain, because even though they may be able to recover it, it may take a long time, or the person would have even cashed out. But even though you cash out, that is a good thing about crypto. Even though if the person cashed out, the wallet address, the coins did not leave the internet. They are still on the internet. So you can trace it and know how the money moved, right? So that gives you peace of mind knowing that, oh, wow, there is security in this. But also, you don't want to be engaged in, bad acts in there because, of course, say you're working for a crypto firm now and you want to trace your wallet and say, okay, send us a wallet address. Maybe they want to trace and know what kind of activities they have been engaged in, right? Because they want to hire quality people, right? So you don't want to be engaging in fishy things with your wallet address, right? Of course, you can have multiple wallet addresses like email addresses, but hey, let's be good actors. So yeah, I don't know. Temitope, did I answer the question while I was?
Yeah, I think I have a better idea now. I think maybe my questions might just be taking us to the next module. So maybe over time, as we progress, I think I'll get more idea to the balance of privacy and then security at the same time.
All right,
Thank
very good. And I will take note of that very well so that, as we proceed further, privacy and security is something that, I'll find a more efficient way to, explain to the class that we
you.
get we get it very well. All right, so moving on. So what are the key differences between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0? Right, so I just arranged it in this table. You can see one of the features is ownership of data. So in Web 2, the platforms control your data, right? Yeah, we have already given an example of Facebook, right? So they own your data. When I say data, whatever pictures, whatever write-ups that you put on Facebook, even if you delete the write-up on Facebook that you put, that's why you see, when they want to catch like dirty politicians, that or perhaps someone that done something had been posted it somehow, posted it or in very controversial comments, that is dictating what he's currently saying now, and he thought he deleted it already. This person already deleted it from the internet, but it's still there. It's still there, like, because it's never lost. Like, you don't own it. Once you have posted it, you have posted it. Even if you delete it, there is still strategy. Folder there, and they can always retrieve it. That's why you see a picture that someone thought, I deleted this picture from the internet. Like, how come, this person is bringing it up against me now, right? So that is that ownership. In Web2, it is you don't own it. The platform owns it. In Web3, you own it. If you bought an NFT, right, and you send that wallet address to Bond, like because there's a Bond address is OX 0.00000 to infinity in Ethereum. If you send it to that address, you have just burnt your NFT. So if your NFT worth thousands of dollars and you send it to that address, you've just burnt your NFT, and there's no way nobody can ever recover it again, right? So you fully own ownership to lose it. Like, a lot of people have lost, so let me say the early days, people that mine Bitcoin and everything, they lost their wallet, they lost their wallets, their private keys, right? So we'll get to that, but they lost their wallets, access to their wallets, and that money can never be recovered again. That Bitcoin, can never be recovered again. Never, no one, like nobody, there's no technology to use to recover it again. It will go, it for you to do that, it means Bitcoin doesn't work anymore, right? So all those people that lost it, some people, when you say, hey, you hear a name coin, they say we burn on a monthly basis, so our coin is deflationary. We burn certain amount on a monthly basis. What they're saying is that those coins, when they send it to a certain address, is destroyed. It can never be retrieved again. So this way, you fully own your data. So imagine a Twitter, a Facebook that is built on the blockchain, say, Bitcoin blockchain, or say Solana blockchain, and that's Facebook. You really own all the data, so that whatever text you send is actually has a unique address or unique ID to it. That once you delete it, let's put delete or burn. Once you delete it, there is no way it exists on the internet again, because you are the only one that fully owns it. Once you own it, so there's a statement they used to say in crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. And it's true. The central thing in this ownership here is keys. If you own the keys, you own it. If you don't own the key, you don't own it. So every text could have a unique ID, so that your key is the only key that can sign it to be sent, that can sign it to remain on the internet, or that can sign it to be deleted. That key on Facebook, unfortunately, is not owned by us, it's owned by Facebook. So Facebook decide what is deleted. Even though you think you have deleted it, Facebook decides what is deleted. So if you get what I'm saying, right? So let's move further to the technology. In Web 2 is centralized servers. On Web 3 is decentralized blockchain networks, right? So when we'll get to understand what blockchain is, this is not a lesson for what blockchain is, but at least this will give you a primer to think, and then when you go ahead to do your assignments, and then we'll come back to talk about, I think, probably in the next module, we'll talk about blockchain, or this is at least primer to that. So the next thing is privacy, right? In Web 2, there's limited privacy. We have talked about it already in terms of deleting content. There's limited privacy in Web 2 space. Yeah, so that's why sex tapes, like once a sex tape leak on the internet, there's no even the person, if like be a billionaire, pay all the access to it, downloaded it or whatever, and one day again still show up, right? So, but that's not so in the Web3 space because of ownership of keys, right? If the internet were to be a Web3 internet, let's just assume that the internet were to be a Web3 internet, the person that made that video, the sex tape video, if that video is deleted, if the person deletes the video by himself or by herself, that video is deleted forever. It's deleted forever. There's no server where you can find it again. And of course, in that Web3 space, where we say here, oh, what if somebody download it? No, in the Web3 space, you can't download what is not yours. If it's not yours, you can't download in the Web3 space. If it's not your keys, you can't download it. Like, okay, oh, how come we buy NFTs? I can screen grab the NFT. It is different from owning it. And the only reason why you can even screen grab it is that we are in the Web2 space where screenshot. Hope you know there are some applications where you cannot screenshot. Of course, in some wallets you can't screenshot. So that's how the Web2, like, privacy ownership is inbuilt in the technology, right? So that you can't even, when you do screen grab, you're wasting your time. You can't screen grab it because it's Web3. So the owner of it can decide to send it and people see it and then, delete it. That is complete ownership and privacy, right? Then monetization, of course, Web2. Yeah, we are the product in Web2. We are enjoying it anyways. Sorry, that was a call. Yeah, so sorry for the interruption. So yeah, they are monetizing us. They're monetizing us, and we are not making anything from it in the Web2 space. But in the Web3 space, yes, there are fees that you pay when you make transactions, but you can also participate in earning it. So can participate in earning it by maybe by fees. You get some fees if you participate in earning fees. There are many ways. There are many ways. Mining crypto, because a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm mining crypto." Like, what crypto are you mining? I'm mining Bitcoin. Like, and this guy doesn't even have a computer. And even if he has a computer self, it's not all computers that can mine Bitcoin. You need a high-end graphics computer to mine Bitcoin. And good luck having the amount of electricity and everything you need to mine Bitcoin. Mining Bitcoin is not easy, right? So when you hear people saying they're mining, it's one of two things. They're either mining liquidity, which we'll get to talk about in future lessons, or they are doing some kind of farming that has been quoted mining. Even people that are doing airdrop, they say they are mining. Well, they are not mining. They're just getting airdrops, right? But they just call it all in quotes. All of them, just put all of them under the umbrella of mining. But the real mining is mining Bitcoin, right? Mining Dogecoin, right? So Dogecoin was mined. Yeah, there are people that mine Dogecoin and they made money from it. And of course, we know Bitcoin, the godfather, right? So yeah, in the Web3 space, you participate in the revenue that is being made. But in Web2 space, no. The platform owns the revenue. Trust, because you have to trust the companies in Web2. You have to trust Facebook, that Facebook will not carry your information and use it and target you. But whether you trust them or not, Facebook is using your information to target you. Because just chat on WhatsApp and you're chatting on WhatsApp and telling everyone, hey, I need to get a new shoe, I need to get a new car. On your chat, and all of a sudden, you don't even know where they got it from, but you enter YouTube and the ads you're seeing is about shoes. You enter Google, you browse something and you're seeing shoes. Like, how did this guy know I need shoes? And you're not even sad about it. You're happy because, like, wow, he gives you the link directly. So you just click on the link and you're right there in Jumia, in Konga, in Amazon, in AliExpress, and you're already buying, you're already paying money. These guys have hacked the system, so they're making tremendous money from all of us. And with AI, it's just, oh my god, it's gone, like, they've taken it to the next level, right? And the good thing is that crypto levels the playing ground. For every generation, there will always be a technology that will open the opportunity for everybody. But the people that will win are those that participate early. The time is ticking. It's not as if we'll be at this phase forever, because of course, if you know, Facebook was once worth $1 million. Facebook was once worth $100,000. Now invest in Facebook because it's too expensive. I'd rather buy something that probably maybe a company that's I feel like, oh, this company launched and is doing well. I think it's going to be the next Facebook. I'd rather buy that company than buy Facebook. I mean shares. Now. And of course, now they are talking about tokenizing shares. Where now, of course, if you want to buy shares, you know how difficult it is. You have to have an account with one of these brokerage firms, meta traders, and all of that. Like the whole terms is just stressful. But if you want to own it, it's very easy. Just get a wallet and buy, exchange. Anybody can do it. The barrier to entry, there is no barrier to entry. I think this is one I did not include. It's no barrier to entry. Anyone, there's no discrimination. Anyone can participate in this financial market. And the good thing is that this financial market is disrupting the previous financial market, the traditional financial market, where for you to access stocks, oh my gosh, you need to do a lot of stupid registrations, just to blah blah blah. And but it's Web3, hey, just get a wallet, get a centralized exchange account, and boom, you can buy any. But I think Webull offers, using USDT, crypto dollar to buy stocks, right? So like, man, it levels the playing ground a lot. So this, like, the time will not be like this forever because very soon, Bitcoin will I believe Bitcoin will cross $1 million. I know it probably may be 2030 or sooner than that. It's like it's inevitable. Governments of the world are deciding to invest in Bitcoin, to own Bitcoin. BlackRock owns over 500,000 Bitcoins. Like these companies, they really understand the value in this thing, something that is unhackable, that is owned by the whole network, like the whole world can participate in mining Bitcoin, and then censorship resistance. There's no way, there's no government that can shut down Bitcoin. They tried it for over 17 years. They have not been able to shut down Bitcoin. So they gave up. First, they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win, right? That's the saying. So that's it. So you don't want to miss out on this golden age. Yeah. So an engaging example, let's compare Web 2. So this is just an example. Let's just imagine Web 2 to be a park, call it your central park in whatever country you're staying in, and there are just a lot of rules. Hey, if you're going to the park, you must wear this kind of shoe. You must pay this amount of money at the gate. You must sit down like this. You must stand like this. You must not loiter like this. Blah, 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 all those things, and it's controlled by one person or a group of person that tells you all the things. You can't even bring food to the park. You can't bring food. You can't bring your dog. You can't bring anything. You can only come 2 at a time. You can't put them out on the floor. Just walk. Whatever rules they want to make, they own it, so they can make all the rules. But compare that to a Web3 park where you get to decide and everybody can come together. There's mutual understanding amongst everybody. Like everybody can come together and be like, we want dogs in this park, and everybody, I think dogs are good. Let's bring our dogs. Okay, fine, we check it. And maybe, this kid comes in and, hey, can I bring my laptop? Like, wow, nobody have thought of that. Well, let's throw it to a vote. And he's able to convince other people, hey, if I bring my laptop, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, fine, bring your laptop. And people are bringing their laptop. So it's a world where it works for everybody. Web3 is that world where you get to, really design, really paint your own story, write your own story, paint your own picture, tell your own story and not be censored. Right? That is the space that Web3 gives us. And I hope that I've been able to, in this initial lesson, advocate the importance, the critical moments that we are in, and why Web3, should be top priority, no matter what field you are in. You're a doctor, right? They are utilizing blockchain right now to store record data in the medical world, like right now as we speak. Hydra chain, right, is utilizing blockchain. Hyperledger, Hyperledger is utilizing blockchain to store critical medical records. Are you in engineering? Whatever industry that you're in, blockchain can improve and will improve that industry. So let's get on that train. Yeah, so closing thoughts. This is my closing thought, and I'll just read it. Web3 represents a shift in how we interact online. It's about taking control of our data and being empowered as creators, owners, and decision makers. While it is still in its early stages, Web3 is shaping the future of the internet, and you're about to become part of it. Thank you. So, reflection, questions. Let me just ask this question. What part of Web3 excites you most? Owning your data, being rewarded for your activity, or maybe it's something I don't even know. At least this part deserves an answer from everybody. So, yes, I want to hear from those that have not spoken. Really, like, yeah, what part of Web3 excites you most? So I'll just start calling out names. I know, Temitope, you want to say something. You can go ahead. Benon, Isaac, no, that Night Shine, we Fee, James. Okay, so please, yeah, guys, tell me what part of really exciting.
Okay. Well, thank you for this lecture. There's a lot to actually learn. What part of it really excites me? I mean, like from what I see, a lot of things. There's a lot of things, but for me personally, it's getting to understand how the transactions move from point A to point B, especially when it comes to some of the very key technical areas, like things that you call nodes, blocks, and all those things. So, for example, when you go on platforms like Etherscan or SoulScan, I mean, I really find it very hard to understand some of those transactions, right? So yeah, those are some of the major things that excite me, because I really want to understand how those things are moving from point A to point B. Transaction charges, who are these charges going to, who is hosting movement from point A to point B, who's in charge. I mean, I know that you said it's everybody, but like there's a platform that they are using to move the money from point A to point B, and some charges are going somewhere. So who are those collecting those charges and all that? So yeah, that's what I'm really excited. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Nana. That was a very good one, and I just took note of the questions you asked. And definitely in our lessons along as we go along, definitely tap. That's a very good question. Who is getting the fees? I'm also getting the fees because I'm participating in the pools. So for you to be able to make a transaction in a decentralized exchange, they need to be like some kind of mechanism to match people that want to buy a particular crypto with people that want to sell, right? So that's what we call the traditional order book. Order book just, hey, if you want to see order book, I'll make screenshots of all this, using Bybit and a decentralized exchange as well. In decentralized exchange, what happens is that we have to match people that want to buy with people that want to sell, right? So it's an order book where, hey, this person wants to buy 10,000, this person wants to sell 10,000.